Wagner for the Razorbacks. We'll also welcome in Will McEntire, who certainly was the star yesterday with a 97-pitch complete game effort. Will, congratulations. I know that must have been a lot of fun.
Hey, yeah, thank you.
You know, the crowd really gave you a nice ovation when you came back out there in the ninth inning. They understood that complete games are pretty rare. Did that fire you up when you went back out for the ninth?
Oh, yeah, I definitely had a boost of adrenaline out there, and I walked the first guy, so I had to just take a step off the mound and settle back in.
Well, what was really working for you yesterday? It seemed like everything was, but was it the slider? Were you mixing the slider and the curveball together?
Yeah, I think I had all my pitches yesterday, and just one of those days where you got everything going for you, and then got to give Polk credit behind the plate. He did a good job mixing everything up for me, getting soft contact, and then defense played really good yesterday.
Well, tell me about how important it was for you to hit both sides of the plate. It felt like you were able to go in and out. Obviously, up and down is always important, but you kind of controlled every parameter of the zone.
Yeah, so we kind of knew that they were going to be aggressive, and we were just mixing in and out, and it was pretty important because we'd go away first pitch, and then we know they're kind of looking away then, and just go back inside, and they hit it, and they don't get all of it. So, yeah, it was really good.
I don't know if you realize this or not, but 16 of the 27 outs were either via the pop-up or ground ball. Fly ball.
That's fair into the corner. Josenberger is going to cruise to second base with a leadoff double. Yeah, Will, you were able to get a lot of soft contact, a lot of soft pop-ups and fly balls yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that might be the most fly balls I've ever had in one game in my career.
What does it feel like, though, no, 97 pitches isn't a ton, but it's still early in the year, and that's 9 ups and downs and warm-ups. Does the body feel all right? Does it feel a little tired after a game like that?
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling it today, but I'll be ready to go next week.
Well, McEntire joining us after his complete game effort. And by the way, it was the first time a Razorback pitcher had a 9-inning complete game since 2016, Troy. That shows you how rare it is.
Yeah, it's really, really tough, especially that 9-inning game. And what's it like to see some of these opponents that are going against the Razorback hitters, you guys you face all fall, and you're thinking, I couldn't get this guy out, and I wonder to see how they're going to try to get him out.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying seeing guys for like the 10th time in the fall, and they know how you're gonna pitch them, so it's nice facing other guys who don't really know how you're gonna approach them, and they only see you maybe 3 times in the game.
All right, give me a name of one guy who really kind of owned you in the fall, if there was one, and one guy you felt like you dominated in the fall.
I'm gonna say the guy that owned me was probably Caleb Calley. He had a few solo shots off me in the fall, and then I don't really know who I own this fall. I don't really want to say that. He'd be a nice guy.
Still ball down on strikes, and there's one gone for Jared Wagner. Well, I think the one thing about the complete game yesterday is, it's no surprise this team's gone through a couple of injuries with Tigert and Frank, and maybe a little bit shorthanded in the bullpen as we try and find some roles. It does probably give you a great deal of pride that you were able to give everybody a rest when you throw 9 innings. That one lifted in the air to right.
Get going.
Wagner, does he have another?
Yeah!
Goodbye. Jared Wagner, an opposite field home run, number 7. Troy, we were talking about his ability to shoot the ball the other way when teams have pitched him out and just hit one out.
We'll just talk about the tremendous power of Jared Wagner, the guy that his ball sounds different in the batting cage, and just the tremendous power he has.
I honestly don't know how he made it on campus. That's a grown man right there, and he just hits the ball super hard.
I've said the same thing. We're seeing your reaction on the replay of Slavin's bats. I tell you what, facing him, if I'm on the mound, I'm worried about him hitting me with as hard as he hits that ball coming off at 107, 108.
Talk a little bit about the Hunt Family Development Center, just the pitching lab and just the weight room and just everything that's composed of that.
Yeah, so this building is pretty much a ball player's dream. You got everything you can think of. You got the pitching development center with tons of cameras and technology in there. And then the weight room is amazing. It's one of the best weight rooms I've ever stepped foot in. And then the way they set up the locker room, it's just you get to know guys really quickly. They don't they don't put guys by position in there. It's just spread out. And, you know, I sit next to position players in the locker room, and you get to know the whole team really well, and it helps create good team chemistry.
Count 2-2 to Slavens. Is there one piece of technology with the pitching lab that you utilize more? The force plate mounts, the cameras. I know the feedback is fairly immediate as Slavens bounces one softly to second. That'll be the second out. Is there something you use or utilize more than others?
I would say it's the cameras. You know, you can see your mechanics like in very slow motion, and you can see how the ball comes out of your hand. You know what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and how to repeat that.
Yeah, I like that. I got to believe that's immediate. You know, if you're a visual learner, you know, you can turn around, look, and have that conversation with Matt Hobbs and be able to execute right there. Chase Borfa, the batter. And that one just a little bit down and out. Well, what have been the major takeaway for you so far through your appearances this season?
You know, struggled early, trying to get back on track, and going off yesterday's outing, I just want to stay like that the whole season.
Fun part is, I mean, it is nice to be feeling pretty good when you get ready for conference play, which will be next weekend.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun series, open up the SEC.
You're talking about development and things like that. How much has it helped to be at home with such a long homestand, 18 games in a row, just to kind of really get your feet underneath you for the season?
Yeah, it's nice, you know, getting to sleep in your own bed instead of traveling the whole time, and you know, you get a good routine for however long we're here. I think it was 3 weeks, and you know, just getting to use your own facilities.
Here's the 3-1 to Jace, and that one's down. Have you guys enjoyed watching Borfin as much as we have so far this season?
Oh yeah, he's been on fire. It's been fun to watch.
It's amazing when you look at his numbers. You know, you start to get this deep into the year, and you know it's hard to hit 450, but you look up, and that's what his batting average is, 455, in fact.
I think he might get to 500 if he stays this hot.
I think you might be right. Will McEntire joining us after his 9-inning complete game yesterday, and Kendall Diggs will bat. Got a couple of follow-ups with Will, depending on how long this inning goes. And you know, Will, I started to ask you when Wagner homer that, you know, just the ability to kind of give the bullpen a rest for the day. I mean, there's got to be some pride that comes with that too.
Yeah, so we need, you know, some guys need some days off. You don't want to throw them back to back and then the bullpen necessarily be depleted on Sunday. So it was nice to give some guys days off, and you know we're going to need them to take advantage of that day off today and, you know, go for the sweep.
Hey, Will, appreciate you stopping by. Congratulations again on the complete game. We'll look forward to seeing you pitch next Saturday in conference play.
Thank you all. Thanks for having me.
That's Will McEntire. There he goes.